2025 Dominica Music Awards, scheduled for Saturday, January 3rd, 2026 at the Intercontinental Hotel is definitely on. Creole Habit features Kadar Slim Support Father, Gordon Henderson, and title partners Go and Global Entertainment on Wednesday, December 3rd at 11 a.m. on DBS Radio. Tune in and discover the 2025 Dominica Music Awards. Why it matters now and for the future. Why longevity in the music business requires reinvention, professionalism, and understanding. The importance of digital literacy. The creation of an industry framework. Management rights. International partnerships and cultural exchanges in the music business. Go and Global Entertainment and industry development and more will be explored with host Ambassador Prince Waddick Charles. This comprehensive and informative edition of Creole Habit will also be live on DBS Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel. Join the #1 cultural show in the Western Hemisphere, Creole Habit, this Wednesday, December 3 from 11 a.m. on DBS Radio. And get ready for the Red Carpet 2025 Dominica Music Awards on January 3rd, 2026, Intercontinental Hotel.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
Good evening and welcome to the DBS Evening News. In the headlines, Electoral Office introduces new services to ramp up confirmation process. In news from the region, Grenada has presented its largest budget to date, and internationally, Russia's President Putin meets Trump envoys in Russia as U.S. pushes Ukraine peace deal. These are the headlines. I'm Ali and Christopher, your presenter. The details when we return.
This Christmas, Flow is making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $10. Plus, we're giving you 35% off your mobile bill and win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
DBS News.
Welcome back. The Electoral Office has announced that it is now offering confirmation services through mobile kits for homebound individuals and those unable to visit a confirmation center due to illness, disability, or other physical limitations. In a media statement released this afternoon, the Electoral Office encouraged members of the public to contact them if they require this service. This will allow for the necessary scheduling arrangements to be made. Additionally, the Electoral Office advises individuals who are scheduled for a mobile confirmation visit to ensure they have a valid government-issued ID ready, such as a passport, social security card, or driver's license. They should also be prepared to have a photograph taken, as this is a requirement for the production of the voter ID card. Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture, Julian Defoe, says Dominica's white potato sector has addressed significant challenges within the country's agriculture sector. Agricultural technicians from St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the British Virgin Islands, Dominica and Grenada are meeting in Dominica for a regional capacity building workshop focused on strengthening white potato production and marketing across the Eastern Caribbean. The 3-day workshop forms part of ongoing efforts to reduce the region's dependence on imported food while increasing local production and competitiveness.
This year's theme emphasizes that is often overlooked. A society can only progress when all.
Today, Dominica's White Potato Program is geared towards strengthening the value chains, enhancing post-harvest systems, and improving market access. This work increases farmers' income, expands employment opportunities, and supports rural development, particularly for youth and women. At the same time, we acknowledge the ongoing challenges facing our agricultural sector, including climate change impacts, limited access to finance and technology, and an aging farming population and an increasing global competition. Projects such as the Dominica Emergency Agricultural Livelihoods and Climate Resilience Project, we used to call CREP or DIL-CREP, address some of these challenges by providing tools, seeds, targeted training, and improved resilience and productivity. And I just want to hint that this project was supported through a loan agreement via the World Bank.
Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture, Julian Defoe. Meantime, Director General of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, Didacus Jules, says the development of the white potatoes sector within the OECS is in line with the OECS FAST strategy.
Across the OECS, agriculture is standing at a crossroads. For too long, we have depended on external food sources, exposing our people, our economies, and our health systems to global supply shocks, high import bills, and the rising cost of living. The OECS Food and Agriculture Systems Transformation Strategy, called our FAST, is our 10-year roadmap to change that. It calls on us to do several things: to grow more of what we eat, to process more of what we grow, to trade more with each other, to strengthen resilience to climate change, to empower youth, women, and people with disability and rural communities, and create a modern, competitive agricultural economy. And today, with this sub-regional workshop, FAST becomes real. We are no longer planning transformation, we are doing it. White potato development may seem like a small chapter in that story, but in fact it represents the perfect intersection of the FAST strategy's core objectives: food production, climate-smart agriculture, regional cooperation, value chain development, and private-public partnership.
And that's the Director General of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, Didacus Jules. The workshop is a collaborative effort with support from the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, the FAO, the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has described his discussions with the technical delegation from the China Communications Construction Company as productive. The team is in Dominica to conduct preliminary assessments for the upcoming Northern Road Improvement Project. The Prime Minister led a tour of the area this morning alongside the technical delegation from China.
The Chinese government has sent in a design team that they have already engaged to do all of the studies, to collect all the data and information that are all relevant towards the design of the road. And so I'm here along with the Chinese ambassador, the head of the technical team that is here, and of course with my colleague ministers and several of the critically important public officers who will all have a role to play in the finalization of the designs and review, etc., etc. I believe that we'll be able to identify some areas that could enhance the safety of the roads. This is going to be a major road with tourists coming through from the airport, or own residents coming from the airport, to and from the airport. And of course, ports will be in the second tongue. It's a major artery in the country. So I'm satisfied that we have been able to identify those areas, and of course, I am only drawing attention to these things from a layman's standpoint. I will leave it to the engineers to advise on the efficacy of my suggestions, though I believe that they have some merit, but we want to see the technical team, what they come back with after further investigations.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. This large-scale rehabilitation initiative, financed by the government of the People's Republic of China, is expected to transform the major roadway from Portsmouth to Hatton Garden. Chinese ambassador to Dominica, Chu Maoming, stated that the assessment phase is crucial for the progress of the project.
This is a consensus that has been reached by the leaders of our two countries, and we are definitely, as the embassy, making efforts to implement the consensus. And this is the first step. This is the initial stage. And they are technical people, And they will do a lot of studies and consultations, as mentioned by the Honorable Prime Minister. So confident that the technical preparatory team will do a very good study with options. And they will collect all of the data, and they will study. They will work with their colleagues who are staying in China, but they are working at the same time, and definitely they will deliver a report in the end.
And that's Chinese Ambassador to Dominica, Chu Maoming. In other news, Product Promotions Manager at Discover Dominica Tourism Authority, Odile John Baptist, says the Ministry of Tourism has made significant progress in enhancing service delivery and facilities for cruise visitors. Today marked the inaugural arrival of the Valiant Lady, a cruise ship with a maximum passenger capacity of 2,770 passengers to Dominica. A plaque and keys ceremony was held on board the ship at Woodbridge Bay Port this morning.
Each ship call injects new energy into local commerce, supporting hundreds of livelihoods. The dollars spent here ripple across communities, strengthening small businesses and ensuring that tourism remains a driver of inclusive economic growth. Through training series such as Chief Experience Officer Service Training and Elevate Your Service Training series, we have strengthened every touch point of the visitor's journey. We have refreshed public spaces, enhanced entertainment, enhanced port facilities, and deepened coordination among all service providers. In 2026, Dominica will unveil the world's longest detachable cable car, offering visitors an unforgettable journey through our rainforest to the second largest boiling lake in the world. Also in 2026, we will launch the world's first sperm whale reserve, a pioneering step in marine conservation that honors 250 resident sperm whales. In the north, construction continues on the state-of-the-art marina that will expand our yachting capacity, and our international airport is projected for completion in 2027. We're preparing to welcome the world with greater connectivity and ease of access. These initiatives demonstrate Dominica's commitment to sustainable progress, ensuring that tourism enriches our people while preserving the environment that makes us unique.
Product Promotions Manager at Discover Dominica Tourism Authority, Odile John Baptist. General Manager of the Valiant Lady, Megan Monholland, expressed her excitement about bringing visitors to Dominica. She indicated that the Valiant Lady is expected to make several more calls to Dominica this year and next year.
I brought the Resilient Lady here in April, so we were so happy to bring her here. Like I said then, I've been on this island, I think 20 years ago. Actually, your river tubing, seeing this picture gave me a memory, and I did a river tubing with a crew tour almost 20 years ago. So we're so excited. We have 4 ships in our fleet now that are sailing. All 4 of us are in the Caribbean. So we're very excited to be here. We're excited to expand our footprint to new islands. We've been going to a lot of the same ones, so we're so excited to start seeing a few more and start exploring. So I have great memories from this island. I'm excited to share that with our sailors. I think we come back here a few more times in the next couple weeks. I think we come back here next year as well. So I'm excited to share that with our crew, with our sailors, and we're just so excited to be here. We're excited to add new places to our list that we get to go.
General Manager of the Valiant Lady, Megan Monholland. The introduction of a new national minimum wage has been described as a victory for the working class of Dominica. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says the minimum wage will enhance household income. The new minimum wage, the first since 2021, comes into effect this month.
This is an extraordinary decision by the government, having consulted a wide cross-section of society, to have as high as 50% in some categories and 24% at the lowest end. This is huge, and I think this is a celebration for recognition of the fact that those who provide the services and that important part of the economy need to be recognized. And I'm happy that the government finally was able to make a decision on the minimum wage government, and I'm so happy for everyone. I do hope that the employers will follow the law and recognize that they can only be successful if the workers are motivated and properly compensated. We will never be able to give people the real salary that they deserve, because one has to also look at the impact on the employer. But at the end of the day, labor is an important factor in operations, and therefore we need to recognize them. And I'm so happy that that so many people in this country come December 31 would be impacted positively because of this increase in the minimum wage denominator. I thank all those who were involved in the process, and we look forward to its implementation. There will be a mechanism in place for review, as we indicated earlier, but it's a huge day for the working people of Dominica, and what better time can it come other than Christmas?
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Finally, the Commonwealth Disabled People's Forum, CDPF, has wrapped up a major roundtable discussion bringing together regional and international stakeholders to strengthen the rights and visibility of persons with disabilities across the Commonwealth. The roundtable discussion was held this morning and formed part of the DAPD's Week of Activities for its Enlightenment Week 2025 under the theme Fostering Disability Inclusive Societies for Advancing Social Progress. President of the Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities is Judy Sango.
Discussions focused on positioning the Disability Inclusion Action Plan ahead of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Antigua in 2026. Accelerating national legislation to comply with the UNCRPD and improving the allocation and tracking of disability funding within national budgets. Updates were also shared on the Girls Africa project alongside reflections from COP30 on climate resilience and the vital role of organizations of persons with disabilities in disaster risk planning. The event also highlighted growing advocacy around neurodiversity and the need for stronger integration of disability within sustainable development goals and the importance of elevating youth voices through the Commonwealth Youth Forum. A recurring theme across sessions was the persistent challenges faced by persons with disabilities, especially women, girls, and children, especially in relation to leadership, safety, and access to economic opportunities. Overall, the dialogue reaffirmed the urgency for coordinated, intersectional, and inclusive strategies to advance meaningful progress for persons with disabilities globally.
And that's President of the Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities, Judy Sango. That's the news. Regional and international developments comes up next.
This Christmas, Flo's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $10. Plus, we're giving you 35% off your mobile bill and win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
DBS News.
Welcome back in news from the region. The 2026 budget comes in at EC 1,960,013,910,000, an increase of over $47 million compared to the 2025 budget. The budget is fully financed despite a projected deficit of EC $309.8 million, which will be covered primarily through government deposits and limited domestic and external financing. Finance Minister Dennis Cornwall framed the budget with Grenada's current economic and social climate, and Cornwall told Parliament that the government's fourth budget deepens its national transformation agenda and consolidates progress made over the last 3.5 years. The 2026 budget was delivered under the theme Towards Vision 75, powering progress through people's participation and innovation. Cornwall said the theme reflects Grenada's wider national goals and that Grenada has presented its largest budget to date. Internationally, Russian President Vladimir Putin met U.S. President Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and presidential advisor Jared Kushner at the Kremlin on today as Washington pushes to advance a possible peace framework for ending the nearly 4-year war in Ukraine. The meeting came moments after Putin issued a fresh warning to Europe, declaring that any European move to start a war with Russia would be met with an immediate and decisive response. Speaking at an investment forum shortly after or before his meeting with the U.S. delegation, Putin accused European governments of obstructing diplomacy and attempting to derail negotiations shaped by the Trump administration. The Kremlin meeting marked a crucial moment in Trump's renewed push to broker a settlement. Well, that's the news. The sports report comes up next.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Wow, a new laptop.
Yep.
How much you pay?
Only $10. This Christmas, sign up for any home bundle or the Turbo 400 internet plan or higher and get a laptop or tablet for only $10. And there's more. You can win even more festive prizes with our Christmas Spin the Wheel. That's faster, more reliable internet with same upload and download speeds and fantastic rewards. Sign up in-store today or visit online at discoverflow.co for more info. We keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
And welcome to the DBS Sports Report. We kick off with some cricket. Well, the West Indies, they're currently 8-for-1. Alec Athens unbeaten there on 4 from 24 deliveries. The West Indies, they're replying to New Zealand's first innings score of 231. John Campbell, he got out for 1. Tajnarain Chandapal is also unbeaten on 2. Well, again, earlier, New Zealand were bowled out for their overnight score of 231. Kane Williamson got 52. Michael Bracewell 47. Kima Roach, he took 2 for 47. Jaden Seals 2 for 44. OJ Seals 2 for 34. And Justin Greaves 2 for 35. Scores on second day so far: New Zealand 231 and West Indies, they are now 9 for the loss of 1. Alec Athens, they're unbeaten on 4. Well, head coach of the National Under-23 and National 23 and Under cricket team, John Fabian, feels he has the squad to go out and get good results against St. Lucia. The National 23 and Under team will host the St. Lucia team in a series of 50 overs matches and a 3-day match starting on Thursday at Benjamin's Park. Fabian feels that the team is well prepared.
The training sessions went well. The boys attended the sessions regularly. We worked on a lot of stuff. We were blessed to have a number of senior guys like Stephen Pascal, Jed Joseph, Malachi Xavier, and these guys have been around the circuit for a while. And we are fortunate to have them still as a part of our squad. I believe with the preparation that we put in and the quality of the players that we have, we are set to do well. One thing in our team is the flexibility and our depth in our batting and the variations, the different type of bowlers that we possess. We possess a brilliant leg spinner in the name of Jelani Joseph. We expect a lot from him. We have the experience of Dilani and Jackson and these guys who bowl the slower balls. And then we have guys like Kyron and CJ and these guys who have been doing well in the limited over format of the game. So we just look forward to seeing them go out there and put their best foot forward.
That's head coach of the National 23 and Under cricket team, John Fabian. Fabian is hoping that the guys make the most of the experience from the last tournament in 2024.
Some of the guys was their first experience at that level, and they really stepped up and put their foot forward. So a number of these guys are returning, so we expect them to even do better than last year. And with the leadership of Stefan Pascal, I believe we're set to do well.
And that's head coach of the National 23 and under cricket team, John Fabian. The 50 overs team is being captained by Stefan Pascal and features Malachi Xavier, Diony Roll, Arsenio Fontaine, Jed Joseph, Kyron Phillip, Clemenson Leblanc, Yawani Regis, Luvio Charles, CJ Charles, Delaney Alexander, Darren Toussaint, Neo Davis, Joel Dura, and Shekwan Toussaint. The 50-over format gets underway on Thursday. Meantime, Pascal will also lead the 3-day team for their match next week. The team has a few changes with Edmond Moranci, Jason Vidal, Ajanim Tavernier, Jelani Joseph and Shahim Caesar among the players coming in. The rest of the team is Arsenio Fontaine, Jed Joseph, Kyron Phillip, Luvio Charles, Delaney Alexander, Neo Davis, Joel Dura and Shekwan Toussaint. The RC Doctors Football Club has taken a decision not to participate in any competition organized by the Dominica Football Association until they get a response to a letter written querying the outcome of the Division 1 third-place match against St. Joseph FC. The RC Doctors are claiming that St. Joseph fielded an ineligible player in the match which was played last month. St. Joseph won that game in extra time. The RC Doctors wrote to the DFA following the game on November 10th, but never received a response from the DFA. President of the RC Doctors team, Shakim Stout, says the club will remain out until the matter is addressed. The RC Doctors had forfeited their President's Cup match on the weekend.
We immediately contacted the DFA, a player that wasn't on the team sheet that took part in the match. The officials out there made it known that it was true and everything. All our facts were plain and simple. We wrote a letter to the FA requesting an investigation in that form, and to this date, that's like 3 weeks ago, we haven't received any correspondence from the FA stating that even they received our letter or nothing on that line. So in light of that, we feel like when anything that was against us, the FA would write us, and they had us going for a whole long dilemma last season. A former player hasn't played for us for how long? So in that light, we felt it was fair that they wrote back to us and we got some clarification on that matter. And if we don't get clarification on that matter, then we will not take part in any football going forward. And that's just the point of the matter. That's why we didn't show up for the game on Sunday, because we didn't get no letter or correspondence from DFA, and we feel that is not professional and that's not fair, because we wrote to you. You should at least write us back.
President of the RC Doctors team, Shakim Stout. DBS Sports reached out to the Dominica Football Association for a response. We were told that the matter is still under investigation. Meantime, Stout says he's expecting a favorable response.
FIFA is for fair play. And if we put in a team, even though we had a weakened team on the day, or what may, we didn't care, but we came out to play the game. So if your team failed to show up on a day, you should not put in any players that, or allow players that are not registered or not on the team sheet to take part in the match. And that is what had happened. And according to the laws of the game, if the player is not on the team sheet, how can he play? Everybody was like wondering, why is he on the bench and next guy is playing in his place? But just knowing that the guy name wasn't on the team sheet, and that's what happened.
President of the RC Doctors football team, Shakim Stout. Head coach of Baffin State Football Club, Michael Joseph, says his team will be looking to strengthen in some key areas as they get ready for their next Premier League season. Baffin State secured promotion on the weekend with a 4-1 victory over East Central in the playoff match. Joseph says the club will take the necessary steps to ensure that they are competitive in the Premier League.
Oh, definitely, Gavin. The goal is to remain. Like I told people before, this was not our first relegation. I relegated as a player, and just what happened this year, we gained promotion the next year. I saw a lot of maturity with the squad compared to last season, including some of our young players. The squad is quite young. We have 16, 17, 15-year-olds, and they definitely showed a great improvement from last season. We obviously would need to strengthen create depth in a few areas, but we definitely have the mentality to compete in the Premier League next year.
Head coach of the Bafa State football team, Michael Joseph. Meantime, Bafa State will have to put the celebrations from the weekend behind them as they get set for the DFA Division 1 President Cup. Bafa State will take on former Premier League side, the LA Stars, in their matchup on Wednesday. That game gets underway from 7 p.m. at the DFA Technical Center. Former West Indies fast bowler Joel Big Bird Garner says he is honored to have been bestowed with Barbados' highest honor. The 72-year-old Garner received the Order of Freedom of Barbados, the nation's highest award, as part of the 2025 Independence and Republic celebrations. Garner was recognized for his outstanding leadership as a distinguished sports administrator and for sterling service to national cricket development and extraordinary contribution to West Indies and Barbados cricket. Garner played 58 test matches for the West Indies between 1977 and 1987. He took 259 wickets. He also played 98 one-day matches, taking 148 wickets. And just to give you a quick preview on West Indies, they are 10 for the loss of 1 at this time. Alec Athanaze is still at the crease, unbeaten on 4 from 31, as well as Shanda Paul unbeaten on 4 from 26. The West Indies, they are replying to New Zealand's overnight score of 231. That's New Zealand's first innings score of 231. The Kane Williamson, he got 52, and Michael Bracewell 47. So Alec Athanaze, they're unbeaten on 4. Shanda Paul unbeaten on 4. The West Indies still trail by 221 runs. And that's how we end the DBS Major Evening News. I've been the presenter, Arlian Christopher, on behalf of the entire News and Sports Department and our links person, DJ Hello Boy. We're saying good evening.
Wow, a new laptop.
Yep.
How much you pay?
Only $10. This Christmas, sign up for any home bundle or the Turbo 400 internet plan or higher and get a laptop or tablet for only $10. And there's more. You can win even more festive prizes with our Christmas Spin the Wheel. That's faster, more reliable internet with same upload and download speeds and fantastic rewards. Sign up in-store today or visit online at discoverflow.co for more info. We keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
DBS Radio gives you top quality service over any other for live streaming of funerals. Call us today at 448-3282.
Good evening and welcome to the evening edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. It is the second day of December 2025. We'll begin with this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Death Announcements on the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. We announce the death of Magdalene Paquette, better known as Som Polum of Fonkole, who resided in Newtown. She died on Friday, the 21st of November. She was the daughter of Hubert Paquette and Muriel Paquette. She was the mother of Cleopatra Paquette and Caesarina Paquette and one son, Kurt Tit. She will also be remembered by her two sisters, Vincia Paquette and Avis Dover. Her grandchildren, Rishano Greenaway, Sean Jr., Rambley, Tiffany Paquette and Kurt I. Lana Teat. Nieces Elsa, Priscilla, Karen, Cassandra, Giselle, Jacinta, Karel, and other names too numerous to mention. Nephews Ellis, Oliver Jr., Jeff Peterson, and other names too numerous to mention. Grandnieces and nephews to include Ranelli, Ariel, Alvon, Ellison, and Neffy as well. The body of the late Magdalene Paquette, better known as Sompolum of Fonkole, who resided in Newtown, can be viewed from 2:30 p.m. on Friday, the 5th of December, at the Fatima Church in Newtown. The funeral mass will take place at 3 p.m. and will be followed by interment at the Roseau Catholic Cemetery. The management and staff of Your Nation station DBS Radio extends deepest condolences to all bereaved.
And now